So some super asshole wound up calling me and nearly finished with the video when they called. So here it is, and I will play it for you and then finish it, so it doesn't have to be in two parts. To do this. 160 questions. They have their top 60, and number 1 was number 3, hell. Christianity's invention of hell is a gift to anyone seeking the truth behind its because it decisively reveals man-made nature of faith. Hell is not discussed in the Old Testament. Yeah, it is. Well, hell is never discussed in the Old Testament nor the New Testament, but yeah, Sheol is mentioned in the Old Testament, and it can mean either the pit or the area of the ancestors, waiting for you. And remember, David summons Samuel at the Witch of Endor. But that didn't stop Jesus from announcing that many times in the Gospel, mostly in a very threatening tone. He made sure to let us know that most people will be sentenced, therefore to suffer undying physical pain. Oh, God, Lord have mercy. No, that's incorrect right there. Actually, the book of Daniel speaks about the resurrection. And, that's where we get a first eternal, afterlife. Of good afterlife and bad afterlife is the book of Daniel. And I would argue even before that, but especially at Daniel. So, no. You're just regurgitating what Hitchens, when Hitchens misspoke. There are 3 of 45 gospel scriptures where Jesus mentions hell. First of all, Jesus never mentioned hell. He could have only used 4 words, and he only did use 4 words in the New Testament. There is Sheol, Hades, Gehenna, and Tartaros, and then the rest were metaphor. I say to you, whosoever looketh a woman with lust after her, he hath committed adultery in his heart with his eyes. Better to pluck them out than to cast it from thee, for it is more profitable that thy members should perish than the whole body should be cast into hell. Again, mistranslation, hell is Nordic goddess. Hades probably was the word, but probably meaning he probably actually would have used cast out. Sorry. And the word for hell there probably would have been the common garbage dump at the time. So, cast out. If you recall it as being an adulterer or womanizer in among the Pharisaic or even Sadduceic circles, yeah, your social life was over, and so was your communal life. So, no, this word hell right here probably wasn't even from something like Sheol or Hades. It probably was something like Gehenna. The Son of Man will send forth angels, and they will gather out the kingdom, all stomach blocks who committed lawlessness, and throw them into the furnace of fire, and it will place of weeping and gnashing of teeth. Yes, because guess what? We all go to a furnace of fire. That's what God is. The burning mountain, only the righteous could approach, yet the sinners actually hid under rocks, begging Moses just go deal with it. The tongues of fire at Pentecost, I can't keep explaining this to people if they're willing to be so stupid about it. Just willfully ignorant. I'm sorry. Ridiculous. No. All Orthodox Christians look to the future for that raging furnace that, as in Jeremiah said, either burns away the chaff or burns the dross away from the silver, purifying us. A belief in hell is unavoidable if one believes in Jesus. Incorrect. In fact, there is an early Apocalypse of Peter that was very famous where Jesus shows St. Peter all these terrible things, far more barbaric than, the Gospel of John. This made Dante's Divine Comedy look like, looked like Scooby-Doo, and, people being hung upside down and being skinned and their skin regrowing again. And then at the very end of it, he pulls Peter aside and says, "Psst, don't worry. Everybody's going to go to heaven anyway in the end, so don't worry about it, but don't tell anyone about this because then they'll just increase on sinning." So, no. This obsession with hell, which is a Nordic goddess that the Anglo-Saxons used to translate for. Okay, folks, and do you know what that was from? Why that was, why I got cut short there is because I got a call from a machine that cut me off, and I didn't want to have to split this in half, because if you're watching this video, you might as well get it all in one shot anyways, right? So, here we go, and let's try to deal with the rest of the part of what they claim about Jesus and hell, which is ludicrous. That's why I had my phone basically held up, recording. Okay. Let's see. And a belief in hell is unavoidable if one is to believe in Jesus. Incorrect. Hell, I just cited an extremely popular 2nd century work where nobody goes to hell. If then, why would God have allowed it to be so prominently addressed in the Bible? Well, it's never addressed in the Bible. The Nordic goddess called hell is never addressed in the Bible, not to mention those 4 different terms, Sheol, Gehenna, Tartaros, and Hades, are not synonyms. So, no, they all got translated as hell in your King James. So, and you also, with your Protestant ideas, took a bunch of metaphors and mashed them together. So, that's on you. That's not on Christianity or the Bible. But continuing on, have allowed prominently addressed in the Bible. This point cannot be overstated. If God is, as most Christians claim, all-knowing, all-seeing, all-powerful, then would he not have allowed a concept so ultimate and absolute as hell to be documented in the most important scriptures of all faith, if it is not factual place of post-life punishment? First of all, no. Show me where hell, the Nordic goddess who is the Cerberus of the negative underworld, is in Scripture.
Now, I do realize that Sheol was translated as Hades when I went into Septuagint. That's why 2 Peter, I believe, the writer of that uses Tartaros, the lowest pit of Hades. Gehenna is different. This elicits an unsettling comparison. Hitler dispatched Jews to concentration camps and gas chambers for no reason other than ethnic identity. No, it was murder. They already identified them because they already had them tattooed. This temporal punishment is sometimes tested only in a few days. God, on the other hand, is prepared to send good, well-accomplished, and genius people to a place of everlasting punishment and torture for crime, for not believing in something which no credible evidence exists. Well, that's just a cheap shot. Of course, a lot of credible evidence exists. The God of the Bible is, in fact, worse than Hitler. Oh, worse than Hitler. Well, it's good that Hitler didn't believe in the resurrection of Christ because he rejected his baptism and tried to change Christianity and turn it into positive Christianity where Jesus wasn't Jewish and where you could worship pagan gods. But no, here's the Orthodox view. All of us go back to God. The only image that we were given is one, God is love. Being in the presence of true love and truly loving it is ecstasy. Being in the presence of true love and truly hating it is agony. Also with fire, with the hay and the silver covered in dross. God is a blazing fire, and once you fall into him, once you are face to face with him and have nowhere to turn, it will be either as a blazing furnace or it will be like ecstasy, like the dross, all the plaque and crappiness that you would gain from this terrible, sinful world, purifying off of you, burning away all the imperfection and purifying you like silver in a blast furnace, as Jeremiah and Isaiah continually speak of. This term hell that you speak of is not found in the Bible. No, we all fall back towards God. Heaven and hell are not two different places. We will all, at the end of days, be lined up wearing a white sheet in front of the existing one. When he shows up, then you will know if you are in hell or heaven, because you will be feeling it. It is a state. It is not a place. I challenge you, dig far enough. See if you can find hell. I bet you won't. But this is ludicrous. Hell. A Nordic, the name of a Nordic goddess that we use to translate 4 different words across 3 different languages: Hebrew, Aramaic, and Greek. We used to translate into English, a language that did not exist at the time. How can you claim this exists? Well, I'm Syriac Eastern Orthodox, so No, we don't use the term hell. Hell is an English word that you guys got from your Angles and Saxons and Viking ancestors that worshipped Wotan or Odin and Thor or Thor, as well as Hel. So yeah, no, not in the Bible. Never existed. Never existed in the Bible. It can't be found. Go ahead. Go find a strong concordance. I'll even put a link to Blue Letter Bible. Where do you find hell in the Bible? It simply is not there. Peace to you. Number 3, I would think you would start off with your strongest one. That is your weakest one, but I'll go down from there. I'll try to hit your best arguments. Peace to you.